have to be moms, because nobody screamed and everybody was like,
Right, no tears, boo.
I was like,
Work it out.
I was like, was that a chair? Because that happened. We're there. It happened before, and I was like, no, did we put the broken chair out? Okay, put it away. Recentering. It's fine. That was your first opportunity to kind of maybe get seen, maybe talk to someone you don't know. And it's so easy. Sometimes we forget when you get so used to experiences like this. Yeah, let's take a selfie content. I saw Nancy back there. Who was she with? You were with Vanessa. Who
they had a whole content.
you were like doing like walks. So I was like, okay, this minute they're taking advantage of this. But for others of us, it's very uncomfortable. Like even just the idea of going to ask to take a picture with somebody, and maybe you're the kind of person where even getting your photos taken right now, there's like this discomfort of like, do I look good? Is the lighting, like the first instinct is to nitpick everything. So this next opportunity, and there will be many, because this will be more of a dialogue than a monologue, is to allow yourself to be seen. So I truly believe you'll get out of this experience that you put into it. So this is your opportunity, yo. You come get what you came to get here today, and show up all out. Because you might be able to absorb a lot and observe behind the scenes, but there's something different that happens when you're an active participant of what takes place in the room. It's one thing to witness the revival that took place in many of us last night. It's a whole other thing. It's to be an active participant in co-creating that. Yeah? And so I invite you all to co-create with us today. Yeah? To be active participants, not only in what gets to happen in you, but what gets to happen in the sisters who are sitting next to you. Cool?
And real quick, before we start to share, how many of you guys posted pictures or took pictures but did not post it? Be honest.
Did you even plan to post it?
I said I would take it and then I'll filter it.
And I think that that's what happens a lot of times, right? Because even me, I have so much content in my camera, and then I'm like, oh, I'll post it. And I prayed intentionally, the Holy Spirit prayed through me about procrastination. I think one of the reasons why we are not where we want to be is because we always think that one day, someday, and that's nowhere on the calendar. Today could be the day that and I'm not picking on you, I'm just saying, like, sometimes we have to go now. The Bible says, I don't know how many times it says it, but there are so many times that it says now faith, now this, now that, right? So when we step into that now is when things shift and when things happen. We don't have to wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity. In fact, all throughout scripture, it was like when they did it not knowing. When they did it not knowing what the next step was going to be is when God propelled them the furthest. And I know in my business, when I was just like, God, I don't know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, or how to do it. But I know who is leading and guiding me is when the best outcomes have come in my life. So we definitely want to have you all share. But like I said last night, the good, feel good motivation, we still gonna do that, but that was all for last night. Tonight is like, we got our coaches hats on and we're gonna push you guys a little bit. And there's going to be some intentional coaching to get you to the next level. Because what we don't want, like how so many of us come into spaces like this and it's like, it feels good, but then there's no action. We want actual action to happen after each time something is said, something is sparked inside of you, a seed is dropped. Do something with that. She sparked something inside of me too. So Vanessa, like, who is this?
You just feel it. So God literally, yes. Like,
those that don't know, right? She comes. So who's sharing? Who's gonna be the first?
I'll be second.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna say that, I didn't say nothing last night, but I did feel it, and it's crazy because when I got home, my husband's like, you look different. What did they do to you? I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, that's how you know when
Yeah,
that
they notice
And he went like this. I touched you. He went like this. Wait. Something's weird.
Wow.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Because he kept asking, where are you going? I'm just gonna go to one of the meetings I always go to. But what are you gonna do? I'm like, I don't know, just here, read the email. It just says to wear like a pajama. But then he's like, it looks different. Well, that's good.
Wow.
And I'm turning red. I don't know why.
So it makes you blush.
Aw.
I know, because I'm talking and
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm like, los dos.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm like, okay. So that was my experience. And I do feel different. I feel like relaxed.
Yeah. My husband always tells me other people will see it before you can see it. And other people
Wow.
will tell you who you are before you actually know
Yes.
who you are. That's a beautiful testimony.
we're gonna like talk through some of like the spirit and the science behind the like actual embodiment of what happens when those shifts take place. So that's really cool to hear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jocelyn. So last night was amazing. Honestly, like I shared last night, it was truly beautiful to see the spirit, like the Holy Spirit in the place. I had never felt that in my life. I shared with you ladies last night. I come from a Catholic household, so if you guys know, it's not very like, oh, beautiful. It's like, nah, you're gonna do this because God said you're gonna do this. And if you don't do it, God's gonna be mad at you. So it was very different, you know. So this is all very new to me. The space of, hey, it's okay to be vulnerable in a space with other women who might be on the same journey as you, or maybe further, or maybe behind. But it's a very like safe space, you know. Like I would say safe space because I didn't feel like, I mean, we were balling. I just had mocos coming out my head. But I did not 1 second feel judged or felt like I couldn't just express how I felt. And I just felt overwhelmed by the Holy Spirit. I truly did. And I have never, those words have never came out of my mouth before. Like the Holy Spirit was in this place. But that's exactly how it felt. Truly. Like the Holy Spirit was working in all of us last night.
Yes.
And it was the perfect foundation to start of like, all right, God, let's get to work. God worked through us. Now it's what gift can you bring to others that God is working through you? So that's really where I'm at. And I'm very excited to be here today.
Wow.
That's good. Thank you. That's encouraging. It was nice to hear. Yeah. Because that's like, well, yeah, that was God. We couldn't have. We couldn't have done whatever He did. So, yeah, thank you.
In our last war room, we have like a monthly prayer that we do. Holy Spirit placed on our heart, 2 Chronicles chapter 20, and it talks about the children of Israel, or Judah actually, they worshiped before they went to war. And as they worshiped, they didn't even have to go to war because the worship literally won the war. And I feel like what we did, that's just been playing in my heart. What we did last night.
That's exactly what happened.
Because entrepreneurship, like we're switching our language and we don't want to call it war, but there will be some battles. But because we set the foundation, God's like, all right, let's go. I got you, right? I got you. So that was just such a powerful. I would encourage you all to read that. You know, if you read the Word of God, 2 Chronicles chapter 20, it is powerful. There's so much strategy in the Bible and business strategy when we literally like read it and take it and see it through the lens of our healed version. I think that's what we did a lot last night too. We healed some things that we didn't even know were still holding us back. And now we can see different, we can hear different, and we can walk in authority.
That's good. I will hold my tongue. So I don't take another 10 minutes to share what just came in my mind right now. Anyone else?
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll say for me, I was expecting time management. That's one thing that I said, I am trying to make sure that I get out of it. And because the room was so filled with the Holy Spirit, like everybody was saying, went home, kind of slept on it, and I realized I have the time of the day. I just don't make it a priority. So when I had to think about why is that, what is the delay? And the delay is because I don't feel worthy enough to do what I wanna do. Because you're always thinking, well, do I have the skill set? And again, like I told everybody last night, I do HR for my main job. So I'm always, do you have the skills? Do you have the qualifications? And to move into something that I don't have, when you've been so conditioned to focus on what you're supposed to have, it's difficult at times. Because I still gotta remember as a child of God, I'm his child, so he's already given me everything that I need, whether it makes sense on paper or not to man. I have everything I need, and to move forward and just do it. So I was really proud of myself. I got up, got back on my page, did a post before I got here, so that's why I was looking for the Wi-Fi, because you know, so I gotta focus on the road. But I just wanted to share that with everybody, that I was able, just because of everybody in that room, truly opening up their heart and opening up their mind and not being judgmental and just letting everybody be in that space. It allowed me to be able to really sit at his feet and understand what is the issue regarding the time management, because I have the time. I'm just not making the time.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Chanel. I wanted to say that what you said resonates with me. Because after I left, well, before on my way last night, I was very nervous. And it caught me by surprise because in my regular job, I'm in exec leadership. And so I'm able to speak, I'm able to do different things, but for some reason, I was so nervous to come last night. And when I left, I literally drove for about an hour just processing and talking to God and trying to figure out, Lord, what are you doing? And God said, well, what was my last instruction? And what was the word I gave you for this year? And I said, well, Lord, you said you're calling me to a higher standard. And so I remember God was saying, I called you to a higher standard in everything, in obedience. Your level of sacrifice looks different. Your perseverance, the challenges that you're going through, different things in your life, it looks different when it's at a higher level. And so I knew I have to come here today. And my husband and I had something planned and we had a conversation. And he said, I got you. Do what you need to do. And so thank you. Thank you. Wow. It just truly doesn't.
Thank you. I was like, something about this woman. What is she holding back? Something about you. Thank you for sharing. Letting yourself be seen. Yeah, that's beautiful. And higher standards is something that we've been talking about all year in our community for those who have been apart. Just a new standard. This new level requires a new standard. And we talk a lot about boundaries and setting more boundaries, but I'm like, when's the last time you set a new standard? You set boundaries to run from the rejection, to run from the trauma, to run from but when's the last time you set a new standard that matches the desires of your heart? And so those are the kinds of conversations we also get to navigate today. Yeah. You guys can hear me okay? I know I'm speaking softly, so just want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I have something to share. I know talking about elevating and setting a new standard and doing something new, I know I talked a lot about letting go of the old and coming into the new. And I know that sounds like really exciting, but I think you have to embrace feeling really uncomfortable, really outside of your skin, and that whole ready for war. And I think that war is not out there, it's in here. And so it's really getting your mind confident and right with God and what he calls us to do. And that's where we get the courage. We don't get the courage from a lot that is going against us and the resistance, right? We get the courage to be uncomfortable and to step into failure and risk. So I'm reading a book right now and it says that it was something about 7 things you need to know before you die. So they interviewed a lot of older adults and they said one of the things that they regretted in life was not failure, but not taking risks. And so that really resonated with me because I think most of my life I've kept in a safe space, comfortable space. So taking risks means stepping into the unknown, which is really scary.
That's teaching hat wants to go on.
I know.
Yeah, the first session, we're gonna go over the creation of beliefs. And we're gonna cover how beliefs are created, and last night we talked about the rewiring of the mind, how everything you're experiencing right now is what you're currently wired for. So that thing that you're after, that new thing that you have yet to experience, that new embodiment of who you are, that new identity that you are desiring to step into, it's all new. And so if all this time you've been wired for lack, you've been wired for scarcity, you've been wired for anxiousness, right? What does it take? What are the principles at play that help you get wired for wealth, for peace, for joy? Those same principles will apply to how you create those very experiences for your community, for the people that you serve. Every decision is a result of a belief, and every decision anchors a belief. And what is any investment that somebody makes with you? A decision. Yeah. So all of these principles help to renew your mind and your heart and transform you, but they are also at play to stand in integrity. They can't be used manipulatively, but as a woman of God, to stand in integrity with the assignment of the people that you are called to serve. Yeah. So we're gonna talk through a lot of the fundamentals to like understand that at play. Yeah.
Are you ready to pitch? Are you ready?
Let's do one quick thing, just because I think it's really important, and we talked about the importance of it last night. We wanted to let everyone go for like 30 seconds. But our 3 questions, and Steph knows what these are. Who else? Jasmine? Where is everyone?
I think Steph is the only OG.
Where is everyone? They on the way?
What are you bringing into this space?
So what are you bringing in to the room? What are you expecting to walk away with? And instead of sharing it to the room, I'd like you to share it with the woman sitting next to you. So what are you bringing into the room? What are you expecting to walk away with? And then the last question to share is, what are you celebrating? Now here's the rule, and this should go by way faster. You don't need to explain what you're bringing in. You don't need to attach a story to it to validate it. Just say it as it is. I'm bringing in, if that's discomfort, if that's anxiousness, if that's gratitude, you don't need to validate it. Just own, I'm present to that, yeah? And then be ready to release whatever you need to release. The more important one is, what are you expecting to? And I'll actually use the word, what are you committed and decided on walking away with? Yeah? So I want everyone to each take 30 seconds, share with the sister next to you. You can get in groups of 2 or 3, whatever makes sense for you. Just share it with somebody. Yeah.
Success loves speed. So.
And
Join you guys. Okay, who wants to go first?
You seem ready.
Oh, okay. Just because we do it every month. So bringing into the room peace of mind, walking away with courage, and celebrating a timeline that I've been wanting. I got, so it feels good to just move forward. So yeah. Step
Go ahead.
Okay. I think I'm tired.
Who's that?
More what? I'm coming in. I feel peace. I feel peace from yesterday. I feel like I broke free something in my life yesterday. So I'm like very peaceful at it. I'm at peace today. I'm expecting to walk away with like more courage to like actually move forward with the decision that I made yesterday.
Yeah.
To like have confidence and like making that decision and really move forward with it.
Yeah.
After today, and I'm celebrating being break free. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. That's a great feeling. To like be free of something that you either were choosing to hold on to for whatever reason, or it's truly one of those strongholds that just latches onto us.
Yeah.
And you're free from it. It's a
Stress. I feel like I broke free from stress a little.
yeah.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love that. Yeah, courage is such a strong word, especially in space like this, like content, posting it, putting ourselves out there. Confidence comes alongside of that word too. Having the courage to be a little bit more bold, you know, contributing to the room. You know, when you know you have something, just say it. You know, so. Oh, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, before everyone gets started, I have a quick, I forgot the water bottle. So water's coming. Can you go grab some water for us, please? Let's give it up for Alex. This is two people we did not get the chance to really honor. It's Alex and Michael. These two are like. I'm sorry, Shy's my girl. She's been riding it with me since the very beginning. She's not simply a makeup artist. Like, she's really been like, you know those people where like they bless you with their service, but then their presence just also brings a blessing to you.
Yeah.
She's ridden with me since the very beginning of this community, since the very beginning of Women Up, the first thing that ever happened, and she's really like had my back. So like I'll go to war for some Shy. Michael will be taking care of media. He is, if you've done any media with me, you know that Michael and the Toops brothers, that was his studio that we were in last night. Those are my people. They take good care of us and they will take good care of you. Media is a part of what we do here. It is the asset in which we use to tell those powerful stories and get it seen in front of more people. But Alex has been kind of like an executive assistant. I've been like, he's just someone like reliable.
Yes.
And I'm a different person when I'm a coach versus a friend versus a sister. But on event days, for any of you who have run big events before, who have run any events, my communication style is a little different, you know? It's a little more direct. It's a little more like, figure it out, let's get this done. He's just so, I'm just so thankful because it's unique to find someone with the level of like servanthood that Alex brings into this space. And so he always brings a willing heart. He's brilliant in his own way. So I'm just thankful for just the people behind the scenes. Yeah. And last night we gave y'all your flowers. If you were there last night, we gave y'all your flowers, celebrating you. And one thing that I regret in the past is not giving enough flowers to the people behind the scenes who make all of this happen. And so my commitment is to not do that again and to move honoring the people who really make, you know, this thing happen. So he's gonna go grab us some water bottles. Yeah. And 2-3 people share what you're bringing in and what you're decided on walking away from. 2 people, 3 people.
I'll share mine.
Oh, I love it. Get what you came here for.
I'm coming in today, I'm very uncomfortable. I'm celebrating, what I hope to get from this is to get rid of my uncomfortableness. And then what I'm celebrating is that I'm allowing myself to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm used to what I do, I'm used to speaking in front of people, but not in an environment like this. I've never been around this many women. I work in very adversarial circumstances. I'm an attorney, so I'm in court. And women, especially female attorneys, we're both attorneys. It's like, they're just, it's bad. And so to be around women who are embracing each other, lifting each other, and then what I'm trying to do a vertical, what I do right now with my new business, it's targeting women So it's nice to be able to be in this fellowship because that's where my heart's at, is to empower and help women based on what I've been practicing in family law for almost 10 years now. So I'm very uncomfortable. I can talk in front of people and be in court and look proud, but this is just a little bit different. And social media is like, if you go to my page, it's my nieces and my nephew, not, and it's so private, so private. You don't know what's going on in my life, literally.
So
Like,
let's celebrate the fact that she's uncomfortable.
Okay, well, she said the standard to stand.
New standard.
New standard, we have to stand in these speeches. Bringing into the room peace of mind, which is great for me. Walking away with and deciding to walk away with this courage to move in that peace, which I typically don't have more of that time. So courage, and then celebrating a timeline. I received a timeline on, most of you know, I'm taking over my family's business, and my dad finally gave me a date. So
Big deal.
it's scary, but in the best way possible. So talking about standards, talking about what we're doing, it's creating that movement forward. So I appreciate that word of move, you know. So I got my timeline, and it's exciting. So yeah.
What? Divine appointment.
Yeah.
Because all of the decisions you've made, I'm like, oh, of course, the date comes right after. You make these big steps, of setting a new standard already. Cool, thanks for being here. Steph is my bookkeeper. Y'all need a bookkeeper? You do, yeah. If you in business, you need a bookkeeper. You need an accountant, tax strategist. That's my girl. She gets my mess together. So, yeah. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, true, yeah. It's not my zone.
Anybody else? One more. Let's do one more.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm bringing in like truly peace. Yesterday, like when I was driving home, I was talking to my friend, and I'm like, I feel like I was set free from whatever it was holding me back from that decision, or it was just like, yeah, it was good. I'm expecting to walk away with also courage to actually move forward with the decision that I made yesterday. You know, just to really put action into it, and I feel stress-free. I really do. I feel stress-free, and that's what I'm celebrating. Like, I'm just stress-free. I'm just like, I'm at peace right now. Yeah.
What was the decision you made yesterday?
Either just make my business passive and not worry about like actually doing it and the money part, and just find something else that it's not gonna stress me as much, but still be like involved, not involved really, but like still have that going, you know, like the name is still there, and sharing a percentage to someone to work everything for me, you know. Yeah, so I feel like I'm ready to do that for 2026. I'm just looking for someone, and God kind of gave me someone, but I'm still not sure yet. So I'm just kind of go with the flow, and I want to walk away with like certainty today.
I can do this.
Yes, you can do it.
When you guys make a decision, make it so tangible and so clear, you actually know what action you're taking place. So what you gave was something of a big decision and maybe more of a decision to pivot. But when it comes to what you can do today, before you leave here today, is unclear, yeah? So maybe by the end of the day, what is a decision you can actively put into action? And sometimes the best decisions you make are the micro decisions, rather than needing to be decided on every step after. So you may have this direction where it's like, I know that I'm pivoting. You know what you don't want anymore, yeah? You know the things that you're leaving behind. So sometimes the decision is, what am I releasing to make room for? And then what's the next step to activate what I'm making room for? Yeah. So if no other decisions you make is, what are you releasing? And then what is the action you're specifically taking to make room for what you're believing for? Yeah, to activate that which you are believing for.
Yeah, I want to share something real quick for our visual learners. So we keep using that word decision. And I know Natalie, I mean, she does a dope way of like really breaking that down. But the root word for decision means to literally cut off. So biblically, what they would do when there was a decision, like let's say they're merging land or someone's marrying someone, or there's this huge decision, they would literally cut a piece of their hand and they would hold hands, and now there's a blood tie, and then they would walk in like a figure eight. Like this is an infinity thing, right? There's no other option. We are tied together now. We've cut off all other options. We cut off everything. This happened with Abraham and Lot. This is scripture. It's in the Bible where it like clearly tells us what happens when someone makes a decision. So when we are saying that word, when we're saying, I'm making this decision, I want us to do an activation really quickly. I want you guys to write down, either in your phone app, on your journal, what things do you need to cut off in order to move forward and for this decision, and you may not even know what the decision is, but we know if you're holding on to fear, if you're holding on to indecision, if you're holding on to procrastination, whatever those things are, I want you to write down 3 big things that you know have to be cut off in order for you to step forward.
One of my coaches who speaks here often, his name's Harold, and he has been hammering into my head, multiplication starts with subtraction.
Yes.
Starts with subtraction. So it's really, truly a making room. And some of us, our plates are so full, our minds may be what is full, if not our plates. There's some areas of your life where you have time and space. What is taking it up? Yeah. You have resources, both internal, external, tangible, and intangible. What is taking it up? This one should be somewhat easy for you guys, yeah. Cool. Okay. Give you a few seconds, and then we're gonna do something fun. Something courageous. Are you ready?
Yes.
When we, about the things that we need to cut off, is it like, are we talking about like personal or like,
It's all connected.
right?
You get to
Whatever.
decide.
If it's coming up for you, it's probably something that's, yeah.
And right now, just writing off the word or the thing works, but we're gonna talk to you guys about using like it's already done. It's already done.
What's
It's
coming up
okay.
for you right now?
Sorry.
No. In this space, we're not gonna edit, so you don't have to say sorry. You don't have to edit your emotions. No one has to edit their emotions. As women, we're always taught that we have to apologize for our feelings and we have to edit. Not here.
Is there something that you want time to process for you? Or is there something that you would like to process with us in the room? That you would like to release, at least into the room? Not yet? That's okay. Righty. You guys ready? We're gonna move into, man, I really wish Jasmine was here. She was gonna be my example, but maybe Steph, sorry, you're the only one who showed up, so. Your friends are late. gonna do the 1 minute pitch. Are you ready? I'm excited because it's been a really long time since we've done this, but it's a part of like, we've done this in almost every other Woman of Network experience in the past, and it's been a long time since we've gathered in person. You guys have 60 seconds to answer 4 questions. Ready? You can write them down if you need. Who are you? What do you do? Who do you serve? What do you need? 60 seconds to answer 4 questions. If you are having a moment to, or if you want to process a little bit more, feel free to just take the space that you need. Like, I want you guys to just exercise the authority that you're stepping into now. You know if what you need is to be present for this activity. Like I said last night, you know what's for you and what's not. Not everything that's said, not everything that's taught today is something that you need to implement and apply. You know what you need to walk away with, so just trust yourself. If you need to take a moment to yourself at any moment throughout this experience, like, just go ahead, like, there's space. Feel free. It's ours to roam. If you need to go sit in one of the rooms, you can sit in one of the rooms that's on the right side next to the bathroom on this side, yeah? Okay.
The questions again, because I kind of read minds. Who are you? What do you do? Who do you serve? And what do you need?
You guys need me to write it up here? You guys got it? Yeah. Cool. Love it. I didn't want to write it. I was just giving a courtesy. I'm glad you got it. Okay, typically, what I wanted to do, we're like running a little bit behind on time. The rain, things just kind of wonky this morning. So we're going to do this in a group setting. Before we were going to have each of you go. You've been saved. You've been spared. Having to stand up here and do it in front of the room. So we are going to get into groups of 4 to 5. Groups of 4 to 5. This should go fast. You only have 60 seconds, yeah? So I'm gonna set a timer on my phone. The first person decides who's gonna go first, or you guys decide amongst yourself who's gonna go first, right? You raise your hand when you're ready. That way we can go all at the same time. As soon as that timer is up, the next person's time has begun. So be present to each other, but also know your turn is gonna come in just some seconds, yeah? So it should take 4 to 5 minutes to do this, right? If you were in groups of 4 to 5. And just answer the questions. It's your 1 minute pitch, okay?
And then you guys are gonna choose.
Wait, not yet.
Oh.
Not yet. So, the woman who it's literally just Steph. Oh, you have the ultimate advantage. I think she's the only one who's done this with us before. Wow, behold all things new. If you haven't done this before, it's maybe your first time ever doing this. Yeah, has anyone done anything like this before? Welcome. You got 60 seconds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Okay, get in groups of 4 to 5.
I don't know the
And then when everyone's in groups of 4 to 5, raise your hand. The first person who's gonna go raise your hand. Ready?
Yeah, wherever.
Okay, everyone ready? If you're the first person to go, raise your hand. If you're the first person to go, raise your hand. First person who's going, raise your hand. Whatever route you're taking, make sure it's decided now. So you're not trying to figure out. Go in a circle, it makes it easier. Yeah. Cool. Ready. Set. go.
My name is Stephanie. I'm a strategy person. So what I do, I am a developer across the United States. I serve individuals, families, small business owners, and organizations. I work in compliance and consulting and marketing. Right now, our main offers are the account cleanup and then the tax planning and savings. Right now, I'm looking for referrals for the upcoming tax season and also clients who work on the nuclear.
Are we gonna try?
I will say
Next person go. Next person go.
and amplifying the story. Right now, I am looking for women who want to podcast, or who already have podcasts that want to amplify the story and elevate the value, making money, building a brand,
Very good.
I work for
10 seconds. Time, next person go.
Really
And now.
maybe that little pitch, I feel like I'm not clear with that. I feel like I'm
Next person go.
So, who I serve basically, so for HR, it is all the staff. I have a team that operates that. When it comes to my media, it basically is what I try to put out content for those and I wear groups for so really some of those scripts that is what I do that with. When it comes to PR, it is going to be conflict resolution. I always do mediation as well, between employees that are arguing, trying to get that message done. And when it comes to like, pretty much, so when I heard that, I was like, oh, hey, what I also need is someone who can help me when it comes to podcast.
Next person go.
I get nutritionist, so I have it right So I want to keep that aspect. But then when it comes to media aspect, is another place where so I do a lot of programming. So, yeah, so that's what I like to do with my group. That's what. But it is.
Last person go, if you have one more person.
It's pretty much, I have, so it's just like, trying to, and I also have a lot of.
Okay, is everyone done? Everyone's gone? Okay, everyone's gone.
Clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Bringing back all the
Alright, attention up here. We gotta move on to the next part. Everyone went? Everyone went?
Yes.
How was it? Amazing. In one word, how was it?
Amazing.
Great.
Fun.
Fun. Okay, cool. Let's see how
This is fun.
Send up one person from your group to pitch to the room. Send up one person from your group to pitch to the room. The same thing. 60 seconds. You're answering the same questions, but now you're doing it in front of the room. And what you are giving permission to is you're giving permission to receive feedback. Yes? So you're going to pitch to the room, you're going to give it what you got, but we're also not only going to allow the room to give feedback, but myself and Tamika, yeah? So you're going to see the importance of this exercise, which I'm sure you can intuitively put it together.
I think this group has their representative.
I want all representatives. You gotta come up here.
Each person coming up
Together?
Yeah, if you're sent, how many groups are there? 4, 5? This is gonna be weird because it has to, I'm gonna hold it up, okay? Is that gonna look weird?
They can hold it too.
But then they have to pass it right away, because it's one right after the other.
Okay. Yeah, you can hold it, that's fine.
I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more grace, okay? You guys are gonna hold the mic, and then we're gonna, as soon as you pass it over, we'll reset, okay? So here's how it's gonna go. This is your stage. I wish we had a real stage. For now, it's this small space right here. When it's your turn, come up, grab the mic, the camera's right there, the room's here. You got 60 seconds, yeah? When you're done, pass it to the next person. Ready? Who should go first?
Ooh,
She was here.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
She's ready.
You're gonna choose who goes next. Okay. Okay, stand up, and I'll let you know when to go. I'll let you know when to go. I want you guys to remember what the questions are, okay? So now you've gone from being the person pitching to now you're the person judging. Yeah? Ready? Ready?
a daughter of God, and I have been for 10 years serving families with children, teaching emotional development through music and language lessons.
Wow.
And what do I need now is some feedback from moms with children, clearly, who would give me feedback on what part of my story resonates and what kind of messaging would really attract them, so that I can actually build a community of aligned parents. Thank you.
You have 20 seconds left. Do you want to use them?
Did I not answer any questions? I think I answered.
What would you serve? At what age you serve?
Oh, the children that I normally teach is aged from 3 and up. And actually I teach adults too. So it's adults who are also interested in growing their own emotional development. So, love it. Yeah. We'll get feedback now.
While it's fresh, maybe. We don't usually do it. We haven't done it that way before. But since the room is giving feedback, yeah, sure, while it's fresh. I want to first hear, just so, yeah. I want to first hear the people who are in her group. Is there a difference between that you noticed from when she shared to the group versus when she's standing here in front of this room?
I mean, I'll say it first. I think you were very comfortable in the little group that we were in. You know, you seemed a little bit more nervous, but your message was still clear. I really like that. You came in very strong with, I'm first a daughter of God, which is very beautiful, but I think your message was so much more, it moved me when we were right here, because I'm like, wow, you sound very passionate about what you do. So I think it's just being in front of the camera that makes you a little nervous, but you did great.
I remember I forgot saying something. What I said in the group, I did not say
Yeah, so I'm
here.
like,
I want to say you mentioned also something about music, which that touched me because I used to play music. So it kind of brought me back to my childhood, and I related a lot to it. And I don't think you mentioned it right now.
You said it was really important to make sure that kids have a very loving and beautiful childhood, and that was your mission. Because that's what hit for me. I'm like, dang, I wish I had that when I was a kid. So that's what moved me. I think that was the only thing you missed.
We'll take one more.
You said what you needed was to see what part of your story resonates. She gave you the answer. She went in her saying it touched her that, about you sharing about music. So I think just sharing your story boldly is going, even someone that maybe doesn't play music or that's not a part of their childhood. She said you took her back to her childhood in just a little bit, 60 seconds of what you shared. So what you need from people, you're doing, it sounds like.
I feel like I have a little bit of a bias because I know we've had personal conversations and I love, oh my gosh. I specifically asked, can you just be here because you just add something. She has your mind and your heart and the way that you connect music to child development, to joy, to even womanhood and motherhood is such a unique gift. I've never seen anyone or heard of anyone doing anything like what you are doing in these families, incorporating music. I will say the nervousness didn't throw me off. For example, I am an ideal client of yours, so it's easier for me to speak as someone who would be interested to invest into you. I don't actually know, I didn't really know what it is that you do. If I was listening to the Just 60 Seconds, I wouldn't really know, what is it that you do?
Right.
I know that sometimes we lead really powerfully with yes, I'm a woman of God. And that resonates for one part of the woman. But also with the feedback thing, you're asking for feedback on a story you haven't shared yet.
Wow.
Yeah, so in this 60 seconds, there's a way to incorporate the heart and the mission of your story that will create. Resonance is not created because of it's confirmed, but we create it, right? So there's parts of your story that are informing why you're like it's the conviction of your heart, right? So that place where you anchor in your authority is just being about what you're about because somebody, the right person, will resonate. Yeah. So it's not necessarily looking for resonance. It's just being bold in what you stand for and letting people who may not have resonated before be so drawn to it because of the way that you embody that mission. When it comes to clarity, I know that you said that it was clear sitting there from just a complete feedback perspective. I'm not sure what you do and who you serve. And I think that's the most important part. When we come up here, we want to tell our story and we make it about us and the things we're passionate about. But we want to communicate the things that will make someone raise their hand and be like, oh, she serves me, right? So what you do and who you serve is such an important part for actively calling out, hey, if this is you, I'm looking for you, yeah? I'm looking for you. And so even just lingering in those two areas more, I believe that it could have been more powerful at painting the picture of like what you do and who you serve.
Yeah, yes. I think more specific, because I think I've mentioned a lot of like moms, families with children, and teaching emotional development, but like that's a very broad, like, what does that even mean, right? So I think maybe I could go a little bit more specific into that looks like through our lessons, I'm going to mirror back to you what emotions that you're avoiding or that you're having troubles with, and then we're going to overcome it together. Things like that. Is that kind of much more specific? Okay, absolutely.
Now you got me.
Yeah, much more specific, and then we'll get into this later. I feel like I'm giving way too much info to y'all, because I'm not getting, now you're like editing it. You have the disadvantage of going first. They have the advantage of like, this is why we wait till the end.
Right.
What you do and who you serve, you're not necessarily simply painting you're not selling them on the features. You're selling them on the outcome. What's the outcome that you bring to these women and why is it important? So that's what people resonate with, is the possibility of what's on the other side, right? So if they're in a state of pain and struggle where it's like, oh, I know I have, my inner child is being overcome, all of these things, but that only resonates to the point. What we'll speak about when we talk more about messaging and powerful messaging is painting the possibility, not just the pain, right? So you have all of that. What happens here, this is not an easy thing to do, you guys.
Right.
Like even when I like have a different version of this every time I walk into a room. I find myself editing, but I choose to do it anyways because it's showing me what comes up for me when I feel unprepared. What comes naturally to me when I don't have the perfect script? And what do I feel when I feel like, dang, I didn't say everything I wanted to say? How do I embody authority after that? So the practice of just doing this, everything is a mirror. It's reflecting back to you things that without shame, now you know this is what came naturally, these are the parts that I missed. And what was the thing that blocked you from being able to bring that into remembrance? Because trauma will edit when we're in a fight or flight, it will mess up our brain. We won't think as clearly. And even just a little bit of fight or flight. Like you go onto a stage, it's like, I did it. And then all of a sudden the camera's there. I don't know what to say. Normal, but it's moving through it. It's showing up anyways that helps you to overcome it. Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Oh, sorry. I'm like, pick.
Me?
Pick.
All right.
Get ready?
Do I have to press this?
Nope.
No.
No, just hold it. technology.
Ready, set, go.
So you guys got my rough draft. I'm coming up with a new script here. So, who I am and what I do and what I serve. So I'm a therapist and I bring people into their full potential by coming into purpose and alignment with themselves. And those of you that were there last night, I talked a lot about identity, and I think that's where it starts, is knowing who you are. And that sometimes takes somebody reflecting back to you the truth of who you are versus the lies that we have inside of our minds. And so I serve all humans. So anybody that's a human, I serve. And what I need is really also, I have a lot of business, I have a lot of people, so I don't need more people. I think I need more of me. So I need me to be able to spread out and reach more people because it's a one-to-one, very labor intensive. So it takes a lot of time. And that's what I don't have.
Give it up. Let's take two people. Offer some feedback.
She already had some for me, but we got cut off for time.
What was your name?
Wendy.
Wendy.
Yeah, I forgot to say that, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, who you are, how do we find you, a little bit to, name, maybe the title of your event, so it'd be easy Google search. And then when you say need more of me, is it like a team member to kind of help you manage the load? Or is it a system, that maybe somebody here who either that's their business or they have resources to kind of help you? Can you kind of expand more on what that actually means? Like, how can someone in this room satisfy that need to help you in that area? Team, systems, help it, like, take the time that you have and expand it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well. Is it more of people like you that do what you do that you need more of? Like, you're gonna train, that's what I kind of took away, that you're gonna train others to do what you do.
Well, okay, so I'm a one-person business, right? So there are plenty of people just like me doing the same thing like me, but I think I bring a little bit more experience and uniqueness to what I do. Everybody has a different niche of what they do. And so I think I do need systems in terms of maybe marketing, advertising, and capturing that niche that I have. And by the way, my name is Wendy, and my business is Set Free Virtual Therapy. So I came through that through my whole spiritual journey as set free, right? We have to free our minds to become ourselves. And so that's just what I came up with about four years ago. I left corporate America, making a lot of money, but I was just very unhappy and unfulfilled. And so that led me to the journey of where I am today.
So what I see is a podcast. You have a story and you want to share the message. So, I mean, I don't know. She has a podcast. I'm sure.
I do, but it's not on me. It's on what I do every day, relationships and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, coming from the mental health, I want to say one thing I saw that you did very well is a lot of times mental health, we talk a whole different language than other people. And so you didn't use a lot of like clinical words. So I appreciate that because a lot of times that is a very hard thing for us to shut off. We use a lot of clinical words. So I do appreciate that speaking to the room, you knew who you were speaking to and you didn't use that clinical language. It sounds like, but the difficulty is switching from, and I don't know if this is what you want because I didn't clearly understand if what you want is to switch your model, the model that you do your work. Because initially what I heard is like, oh, she needs to do group coaching and consulting. And that is hard for mental health people to switch their brain. I've done it, so I know that it's possible. It's just, but I don't know if that's what you want because you didn't clarify that. You said it without saying it.
Yeah, I think I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I want to do because I enjoy doing what I do, but I think getting more clarity around maybe reaching more people with what I mean, like as a
one
group.
to many instead of one to one.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
takes us realizing, yes, we can do all the things and serve all the people, but we can do more when we put folks in group settings. I mean, just look around, there's a lot of us that we're able to reach. Me and Natalie both do like virtual, VIP days, but that's one person. When you get to serve more people in less time is amazing. Amazing results happen, and that's us thing, not our clients thing, because we think they don't want that. I can tell you, they thrive so much better in group.
Right, there's a lot of power in group, for sure. I love doing groups too. So yeah, maybe that's the direction I go.
I'm gonna draw us back. And I'm gonna put a new rule of thumb, only for the sake of time, because I think these conversations are great, but we're also gonna have time for hot seat sessions later. The rule of thumb is if you offer feedback, you're offering feedback to the pitch. You're not offering feedback to her business, right? So we're not bringing solutions for what she needs right now at this moment. If you have something real for her, then put a pin in it and make it a note like, hey, speak with her later. We're not offering business coaching or solutions in this space. We're just giving feedback as to how this pitch, how this experience is resonating with you as either a solution or as someone who knows a solution or as somebody who is a client or someone who resonates with it, yeah? So the feedback we're offering is her pitch, yeah? Okay. Feedback I have for you is, one, I think the truth about the question, and I'm gonna focus in, there's a few things, but I also think that when it comes to your line of work, I think it's more known. There's less need to explain, because you're virtual therapy. But what the biggest one that stood out is what you need, because you're in a place where you're ready to pivot. The truth about what you said is that every person in this room will bring a different solution. Someone will say group coaching, another person will say podcasting, another person will say digital product, another person will say you need systems. And the truth is, everyone coming from their unique context is gonna try to diagnose your problem because what you gave was a really broad problem. So what it sounds like is that you may not know what you need yet when it comes to wanting more you, right? And so I would identify a more specific need that someone can solve for. And it's also, when it comes to being in the room, here's even just I think Steph also went ahead because identifying a more specific, what does that look like? When we are responding to somebody's needs, a lot of the times, and what we're gonna recognize here is how most of the language we use is very vague and intangible, not specific whatsoever. I'm looking for more time, I'm looking for better systems. Systems for what? Anyone who's in systems and who's in operations and administration understands there's a system for everything. What kind of system you need? There's more to learn and more to discover. So one of the greatest the greatest communicators are the best listeners, right? And really the truth about understanding if someone is even an ideal client or if you have a solution for them, is the process of asking them better questions to identify what most people think their problem is only from their context of what they're diagnosing, right? So we're attempting to be I think I have a systems problem, when maybe it's actually not a systems problem. I think I have a marketing or messaging problem, but if you're not in marketing or messaging, you have no idea what that means, right? I think I have this problem. So there can be tempting because as women, we want to help, we want to support, we want to add value. Our first nature is to be problem solvers for people, to support them and to help them overcome whatever struggle they're facing. And a part of standing in your authority is slowing down and allowing yourself to discover, I wonder what's actually happening here. We know nothing about your business model or anything like that, but something that you get to sit with is, one, who do I need to talk
to, maybe to get a better idea of diagnosing the root, like what I'm really looking for. Or two, what's a more specific problem that you can actively solve right now as you pivot and discover other needs. Yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You did look ready. You look ready.
Ready?
I guess I'm gonna be. Hi, my name is Brandy, and I am a woman who wears many hats. I'm an HR director. I own 2 LLCs. One is an entertainment company called Brandy Lynn Entertainment. The other one is a PR company, which is called Moving Forward PR Consulting Firm, who I serve. So different aspects and different levels. HR is gonna be all the way from the executive to legal team to my frontline staff. When it comes to PR, it is gonna focus mainly on those wanting image consulting, crisis management, and also, I will say resolution of disputes and anything of that nature. When it comes to my media, that's a little different, that's what I'm working on, that's why I'm here with you guys. I am still trying to figure out what that looks like. I would love it to be more of like Tyler Perry Studios, where I'm on my own studio one day, and I'm giving jobs to those who need. So that is for that, industry. When it comes to, last question was, what do I need? So I found what I need in my group. I need an accountant, so I got Stephanie. And time. And I need a nutritionist, so I got Nicole.
She cheated just a little bit.
You gave me the mic,
She
so-
read the rules a
That's why you don't give me a mic.
All right, feedback. 2 people.
Yes, I loved your assertiveness, and you're very confident, you're very clear on what you offer. And I'm really excited to see like that studio. And for me, I think just being an advocate for other people, especially reaching back and knowing maybe how it was to need a service. So providing that is impactful. I love that.
Thank you.
That was great feedback. Oh, sorry, that was a minute.
Good job, just take that.
One more person, anyone?
I'll give you feedback. Yeah, you did great. I love your energy. You
Oh,
started
thank
really strong. Very clear about what you do. I didn't have any questions on like, oh, what do you mean by that? What do you do in this business? You hit them each one, fast. This is what I do. And I mean, the last part of your time is good, but you also said what you need. So I just want to say you did good.
Once you have the mic, don't let
Do you have anything to get that?
I'm not diagnosing any problems.
She wants to put on her, and she's your
I know
coach.
she might.
Okay, my feedback is similar, like, your presence is really great. There's a confidence and even a clarity that comes through in your communication, which is really refreshing. I don't feel like I necessarily had any questions. My only feedback is, you used the time, we're all multidimensional here and wear many hats, yeah. But for the sake of time, moments like this, I think that it would have been more powerful for you to focus on one. I think something that comes up for us, especially on social media and when you're attempting to niche down and create some brand identity, it's like, well, what parts of myself do I put? I'm so many things to so many people, like, I wanna be a mom, I wanna be a teacher, I wanna be a coach, I have this business and this idea, and the truth is one, like, it's not that you have to, like, you can't incorporate it all, but I do believe that when you design a pitch, the same way when you design any message or story that you put out online, it's all the same. You think about your need first. So how can you cater who you're speaking to and who you're serving to serve the need that you're asking for? So what this is setting people up to make some kind of ask or some kind of offer, right? You're asking for what you need, and if this was a room full of investors or whatever it is, or a potential client or like solutions to your problem, being specific with what you need
but you spent so much time kind of breaking down every part of you. And a part of that may be because we find our identity in all of those things. One of the biggest things that we struggle with, especially in settings like this, is like, well, I do so many things, I don't wanna fit myself inside a box. And I think a big part of leaning into our authority is knowing, like, is being so radical about like, I know exactly what I need, I know the next step I'm taking, I'm going after, and I'm believing that I'm walking away with a solution from this 60 seconds. Like, every single one of you could have walked into the experience like, this 60 seconds, I'm gonna make sure that I get the solution to the problem that I have before I leave today, yeah? But it's being so radical about it that we don't have to carry the burden of feeling like we have to put our whole resume on who we are, because that's not necessarily what validates you. Yeah, many of you have a list of a resume, but the part that resonates with who's listening may have just been one part of that to solve the problem that you need. Yeah, so my only and I know that wasn't a rule that we said in the beginning.
No, but we work on all the time.
That's
why I didn't want to break the rule.
So, that was good though. Yeah, you for sure. I'm curious to see how you would do if you just focused on one. So, yeah.
That's what we're working on. That's what
Yeah.
we're
Cool. Who's next? Good job, Brandy. Good job, Brandy. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Set. Go.
Hello, my name is Elfina. I'm an interior designer specializing in kitchen and baths. I serve homeowners who are really busy conquering the world and have a home or have a house and want to be able to come home and say, I'm home. This is why I work so hard. So my goal and my mission is to not only design their vision, but also run their project from beginning to end. So then that way they continue building their world, building their business and conquering the world while I'm building their home. And so what I've grown my business in LA and I want to expand in the Inland Empire and be known as the interior designer in the Inland Empire. So I need accountability, I need to just take action, go knock on doors and be known as the interior designer in the Inland Empire. Thank you.
We worked on that on Thursday.
Yes.
And look at how she. And
Oh.
I was invited on Thursday here, so here I am taking action.
All right, the audience is responding. Two people really quickly offer any feedback you have.
I just need a business card.
I think that was great. I think that I felt like I knew who you served and who you don't serve, because you said people who are busy building their own empires or businesses that don't have time, but they want to come back and feel at home, you know? So that really like singles out certain people that need your service versus like, I don't want to like stay-at-home moms who want to like, you know, make
DIY, which is
Yeah.
great, yeah.
which, you know, there's a niche for that, I'm sure, but I just like how it's very, very clear on who you serve and what you do, and your enthusiasm, and your passion really showed, and it just makes me feel like
Aw,
you don't make my home feel cozy. Yeah.
You called out pain points too in your pitch, which I think that's what resonated with me the most is you called out, okay, you can design it, but I don't want to oversee it. You also do project management. You also express how I would love to feel like we can't put words to that. It's a feeling and emotion, but you communicated that to me. So it's like, I would probably be an ideal client for you. I own a home, I'm busy, I don't want to oversee it. You know, so I think so I love that you included some of those pain points very clearly, quick, easy. So I think that was great.
Thank you.
Very clear.
That was great. I think that your presence was really great. Your personality showed. I can tell that you were a little nervous, which is okay. I don't think that even the
nervousness that I saw took away from anything that you said. And so, if that is something that you've only been working on since Thursday, I know many of you have only been working on this for the last 10 minutes. But, like, you've like already nailed it. I think the only feedback I would, also another positive thing, I wanted to say this, you're like a walking business card. Because I was like,
She looks like what she
you,
does.
because I like your style, I'm like, oh, you could probably put a little something together. And I'm like, I'm already thinking about, even with what you asked for, like you want to expand to the Inland Empire, I'm already thinking about, oh, I know so many women who are just moving out this season, who are maybe moving into new offices. So I already had all of these ideas in mind. What I would have wished is that you had a clearer call to action at the end. So rather than saying, I want to expand to the Inland Empire and you want accountability, something that would have been like, I'm looking for like 3 women who can just like partner with me on getting some referrals and getting my name out there. Where maybe I can offer some incentives in order to get your name out in the Inland Empire. So even when we're like trying to expand, we need marketing, make it compelling for the person, make it valuable for them to solve this problem for you. Because if I would have literally, after this, it would have been a no-brainer. I would have made a note in my head, connect with Delphi before she leaves. But the only thing that stopped me at the end, wanting to solve the problem, was like, oh, well, she didn't. That one lack of clarity on what does that look like. Because I'm a natural, this is what I do, I'm solving this problem for you. But for the average person who's not solving it that way, something tangible, they don't have to think about it. They're like, I know exactly how, and it's a solution for me too. It's valuable for me now to serve your goals. And so, everything else was beautifully done. The workshop that next time you meet with
Well,
me.
so
An awareness.
do you remember we said in our last session, I told you, tell them like, do you remember?
No.
I said, your call to action, hey, follow me on social, send me a DM. If you know anybody, right, I told you to give them that immediate call to action to do something right away.
What came up right now, it's the asking for help. Ooh, I got it. I need to take action. I need to knock on doors, so that just came up. So being, okay, for you guys, I need this, so thank you for that.
That's the biggest one, and I, like, the reason why I wanted to do this, Mark, is every time we do this, there are some women who don't even make it to the ask. They focus so much on explaining everything else that they don't prioritize the ask, when that's the most important part of the pitch, is making sure that people know what it is that you need, right? It's one thing to be heard and to inspire someone in a moment, but if that doesn't go anywhere, right? When you can solve a solution, we can get a solution to your problem right away. And the hardest part, and something that we talked about before this, I said, we do this exercise, and the really important question is, what do you need? One, we don't always know what we need because we're never thinking about it. And 2, we don't even know how to ask for it. But one of Carol and I, and Steph, one of our coaches, she has like this affirmation. And the last event I was with her, I wrote this down, and she talks about how the greatest frequency of receiving is asking. Like the greatest, what she says? Like the pretty much the best way to receive is to ask, or the highest level of receiving is asking. And we know how to earn, and we talked about this last night, we know how to earn, we know how to work for, we know how to perform, we know how to over-deliver, we know how to serve, we know how to give. But how do you get, what does authority look like for you when it's time for you to be on the receiving end? And what does it look like for you when you're not the one giving, but you're the one asking for what you need? And sometimes that's the biggest area that we leak our authority, because of every lie, every bit of shame, every bit of guilt, every bit of whatever comes up, insecurity when it comes to asking for help or anything, really.
And Delphi, I love that you're aware of that, because I was listening as we were doing the activity all together, and Mandy, you're getting all the tea, you're gonna nail it. You were not the only one, because I heard a lot of women say, you forgot to say what you need. You forgot to like.
remember to.
Yes, they were telling each other in their group, well, you didn't even say what you need. You didn't even say what you need. So I think that as women, we are natural givers. We give birth, we give our body, we give. Receiving is difficult. So.
And another awareness is like, how often do we ask God, help me?
Come on.
Yeah.
And then when he gives us the answer, we don't do it.
I'll even say a shift in my womanhood and my femininity is learning that I was actually created to receive. Everything about the biology and the spirit of the woman is the receiver. Men are the providers, the keepers. Women are the receivers, and it is out of our ability to receive that we can then give. Right?
Amen.
Thank you. Check real quick. After this, we're taking a break before we move into our session. You guys feeling okay?
Yes.
Is this good?
Yes.
Is it valuable to you?
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, it's like, what are we doing? Let's just
Join the rain.
let's just. Okay, let me reset my camera. You ready? Go.
Hello, I am Mandy, and I'm the visionary of the Kashmir Sarabi brand. I build, enhance, and model integrity in the lives of my peers. My target market is for women between the age of 21 and 55, and the purpose is to curate custom fragrances to help really find who you are as a woman. And then also we dig in, interior design is what I do as well, but I focus predominantly on the interior of you, who you are, and so you can become all that God created you to be. So outside of you being a wife, a mother, a sister, a business owner, when God created you in your mother's womb, what did he put in you? And that fruit is within you, needs to be shared with the world. So I'm helping you discover that and create a space so you can become all that God has created you to be. What I need is a group of women to help collaborate with, so we can expand, spread the word, and work together and lift up each other.
Wow. Yes.
So.
You got one.
That was good.
Yeah.
Let's take one specific feedback, yeah?
I'm not used to giving feedback, but I just feel like I connected with that because I'm always like, who am I? Like, what am I here for? Because I know I'm good at a lot of things, but lately it's like, I feel like every time I'm like fighting, you know, like to survive kind of thing. And I feel like it goes back to when I was not even born yet, because I was born 2 weeks after the due date. So I was about to, the doctors were like, no, miracle, no damage on the brain, no, nothing. Sorry, my Spanish came. But, you know, I was about to die. Like I was born purple, like a little monster, that's what they call me. You were a little monster when you were born.
Wow.
A pretty monster, like all red and like red dots on my eyes because I was already passing, you know, but I'm here.
Well done, and in a way, you're welcome. But it's a credit to you, right? You know, teachable is also an incredible skill, and I think you got the very specific demographic of who you serve, even the age, right? And as well as the mission, like you really did not spare like time on letting that mission sink in, and you took time for that, and there was a pause before you moved on. And then at the end, the the ask was for collaborators. And I think in my mind, I started thinking like, oh yeah, what kind of people do you need to collaborate with, you know? And even if I wasn't the person, I would have been thinking about businesses and people who could collaborate with you, and I might have ideas for you. So I think it's really well done. Yeah.
Wow.
Anything, Tamika?
I'm just proud. I'm like up here proud because we worked together for the last 5 weeks and she wasn't clear and you did beautiful. You did very beautiful, just saying what you need. To piggyback a little bit, the collaborator, I would have liked it to be a little bit more clear because there's a lot of people you can collaborate with. So specifically, who do you need to collaborate with and who do you want to collaborate with?
Can I say something? My feedback would be that I sense there's like a quiet strength about you. And I heard even what she said, like there was a pause, which tells me that you're patient and that you're like, I think that's perfect. Like even just you being you embody that patience and that quiet strength to really sit and be that woman for the other women that you serve.
Yep.
That's our last one.
So at first I wasn't sure in the beginning, like what exactly you did, and then when you said like you help make perfumes to match who you are. So if there's like maybe like one word that defines that or defines like what it is, I don't know what that's called, like a
I was
perfumist,
confused in the beginning too.
perfumist or professional chemist, like a.
Well, no, so it's a fragrance brand, so it's not just perfume, it's any product that I can add fragrance to. So I've started with candles and body butters and such, I'm doing perfumes, I'll have scented journals, anything that really help elevate you as a woman.
Okay.
But not all products are for all women. So having that one-on-one, so you may enjoy a candle because it helps you with, and you may enjoy just putting your perfume on it at the moment you step out the house. You really feel confident in who you are because that scent resonates with who you are as a person. But I can't just say, okay, here's a wall of fragrance, just pick one, but we need to work together to help build that. And so, but at the same time, also working on who you are. First, you need to figure out who you are and helping you discover that.
And kind of like Delphina, the lady, tell me your name again, Nikki, right? That's sitting next to her. Doesn't she smell bomb? She smells so good. Like I've never smelled you smell the same, first of all, but it's always been good. And you smell so good.
Beautiful. By the end of it, I wasn't clear, but I was really curious. I want to know more. And I would take the time, like, out of everything you said, even with the app, I do think that there's a level of specificity that you can get to get a better or greater outcome. Because what I see happening is you have a room full of really curious people who want to know like more. And like you're gonna have all these conversations. And especially in an event like this, you don't have time to have all of these one-on-ones. So there's gonna be some woman who you miss because there was no real specific, tangible call to action. And it's like in event spaces like this where these are the moments that it usually takes place, where you're just kind of speaking to the room for 30 seconds, introducing who you are. You don't want to leave any room where it's like, dang, she was a person, she was interested, but just because it was inconvenient to find out what the next step was, like people go home and they just like, oh, well, maybe one day I'll see her again, or I'll try to find her Instagram, but even then, yeah. So, speed, right? Not only do we want to move with speed, but we want to give the path of least resistance for other people to move with speed, to take action with you. I will say and we'll talk about this, the message of not knowing who you are just isn't. But the message of finding a fragrance or like a scent. Like I have been on a search all year for my signature scent, and I just cannot like for the life of me cannot find one where it's just like this is me. And there's something because of what we teach and what I study. There is something about scent that anchors you, and like even scented journals, all of that interests me. I think that will be really powerful as we move through today. Is one. I have a different way of defining who your buyer is that has nothing to do with age or demographic. And I think that will be really powerful for you. And because even the women who don't know who they are, there's something about a fragrance that embodies that woman that will resonate with everyone in this room because it's the same message that we stand for. Even though everyone in this room may not feel like that woman of authority, whatever that word is. So there's a powerful message that can genuinely turn what you have into a movement. And I can see it already, but it's the language that you will use that will resonate. So I'm curious to see by the end of the day, like what will come through for you.
It's interesting you say that, because I've been moving away from, because in business, people always like, okay, wait, we should target marketing, you need to come over to some type of age group. And I actually moved away from that. So even with my fragrance brand, I actually, like in fragrance categories, people talk about woodsy and citrus or whatever, as well as speaking to the woman, I've actually broken it down in 4 personas. So I have the strategist, the visionary, the muse, and the duchess.
Wow.
As you will be teaching, I'll be focusing more on doing that and less on the age groups.
She just, what you just said, that creativity is a strategy that so many people are implementing. But you just got you got the download for it. And then I'm like, yeah, that's.
I've been involved with everything.
There are cars parked behind Alex. He's trying to go get us water and other things. If, he said he knows who one of the cars is, but, we need someone to, I'm not sure who it is. Alex, did he leave or did he?
Probably waiting.
Okay, yes, so we can get some water.
We are going to break. Yeah, we're gonna break. You guys can grab more coffee, drinks, whatever it is you need to kind of refresh. You can use the restroom. Let's meet back here in 10 to 15. That was a longer introduction than we had planned or prepared for. We're about